Hey, Janet.
Hey, Darla. Good afternoon.
How's it going?
Good. I had trouble getting into the Zoom meeting, but we're ready to roll now. So,
All right. Is it just you and I today?
pardon me?
Is it just you and I today?
Yes, just you and I.
All right. Let's rock and roll. Go ahead and log into Insightly, and then you can hit the share button there on the Zoom. So for today's agenda, I know we talked about creating a mock-up for the custom object for you to track the customer escalations. Does that still sound good to you?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to cover today?
We'll see how much time we have. Maybe just go over the what we discussed at the last meeting.
With the workflow?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so I just hit the share, and I'll share this screen. And tell me if you can view my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
All right, so the exciting part, we get to create our own custom object. They're on the left. You get to call it whatever you want. You get to choose your own icon and everything. And it's super customizable. So you're able to, choose all the different fields that you need to track any essential info. So what we'll do is we'll just pop into your profile icon there in the upper right so we can go into the system settings. And then objects and fields. And then we can create a new object with the red button in the upper right. So it will ask for a singular and a plural label. Go ahead and type that in. The plural label is how it will appear on the left-hand navigation.
That's good for now.
Okay. And then there's two ways that we can set this up. We can create the custom object with a record name, or we can have it be auto-numbered. So a record name would be just a brief description of the issue, so that when you're looking at a list, the escalation records are named via a text field. The alternative is auto-number, meaning there would be no description as a text field. It would just, auto-number in sequential order. Do you have a preference?
I think a name.
Yeah. Very typical. Okay, so then field type, we do want it to be text. Field label, this is going to be the record name. So you can call it escalation name, or if you have a preference, you can call it something else.
That's fine.
Okay, and then the most exciting part, we can choose the icon. So if you click change icon, we have hundreds of different icons to choose from, but we do have a search bar at the top. So you can search for keywords, and it's pretty good at showing any relative icons. And if you have
I like the alarm.
Perfect.
I like the alarm button.
Yeah, we have alarms. We have one that looks kind of like a ticking time bomb. We have like a hazard cone. Oh, I guess that one's a little too intense. Try emergency or alert. The alert. Here. This could be changed anytime, so if you change your mind, you can always come back in.
Sure. I'm going to go with this.
Okay, that's good. Okay. And then we can enable it for workflow automation. So for example, if an escalation is created, we can notify the correct party.
Okay.
And then deploy, this just means it would be compatible with the API. So while we're playing around with this, do you want to show it in the sidebar? so that we can kind of see it in action after we save
Sure.
it? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you can go ahead and save. So voila,
Okay,
we
so
now have our new section on the left. So if you click into that section.
before we begin, can I move it?
No,
I don't want
unfortunately, it does have to be beneath reports.
Okay, okay. All right. Next, I'm sorry, what were you saying to do next?
So we can go right into object fields. So right now, these are the standard fields that come with it. So date created, escalation name, owner, and record ID. But you can create all of the fields you need as custom.
Okay. I'm just going to grab a copy of the report, and I'll know what the fields are. Sorry for the delay here. Okay. All right. So we have the date that it's at, the date it's created, the date it is closed. So just add the new field, date closed or date completed. So it is a date field. And I need the, and do I need anything else on this?
No, that's good. So you could do save and new or save. And then you can just continue to add more.
Okay. Let me just add a couple more, and then
One suggestion would be maybe a couple lookup fields in case you want to link the customer account. We have one on ours called main contact at the account, so that when escalation is created, we know exactly who to reach out to and what their contact info is too.
Okay. Which one would you suggest for main contact?
We could do the lookup field. This would just link the Insightly contact.
This would be the customer name with an Insightly, is that right?
Yeah, it would link the contact record in this contact field.
Okay.
So the label could be like main contact, along those lines.
Is this a person or the company?
It would be a person, so it'd be a main contact at the customer. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Darla?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, yes. How does this look? Do we need any other fields selected?
Nope, that looks good. You can do save and new.
Oh.
I know. I always forget that one myself. I'm going to be better at remembering that one.
All right, let's see, what else do I need? I need a label called root cause, which is a text field. Is this a good one?
Yep.
Or maybe this one, multi-line text.
Yeah, that will allow you to kind of, press the enter button, like paragraph format. More characters too.
Okay. Oh, shoot, I did it again. And what else do I need? Plant, so that is a text field. Sorry, I'm just going to drop these in real quick. Oh, it's a drop down. I got the wrong thing. Let me go back. a multi-line. Okay. Okay, so another one is customer name, and that would be a lookup field. Do I already have that with the main contact at the customer?
So you could link the organization with a lookup field, which would be the account.
Okay.
Yeah, both.
So call it organization.
Yep. But at the top, we want to go ahead and relate it to organization. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. I have the idea here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to, just continue to add more fields, if you have any questions as far as like what field type or best practice, happy to help.
All right. One of them is what we call a CCN. I think we have that in the table, but I'm not 100%.
And by the way, if you have a custom field that already exists in your account on a different object, you can just clone it over without having to start from scratch, which is nice.
Okay. There's just a couple more fields. Let me just fill them out if you don't mind. I think we have a few minutes.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I probably want to go in and look to see if I have that custom field. Let me just check. I'm opening another session. In my opportunities, I just want to look at my opportunity form and see if I have a CCN field. No, I don't. Okay. So I'll have to create a CCN field, which is okay. I'll just create a drop down for it. So I just need a drop down, and it's CCN. That's just the code, and then I have to enter all the values for the CCN. Am I doing this correctly?
Yep, that's good.
Okay. Anything else I need to add to save?
Yeah.
Okay. What else I need? Okay, I have the customer name. Now I want to know if I keep the customer registration number. I don't think I do. I'm going to have to add that. And that is just a number as well. It's just like a 6 or 8 digit number at the most. And so that would just be a text. Put you on speaker here so I can type better. Most of them are text. Oh. I got thrown out. Okay. I have I need a drop down, but they'll only be selecting, well, maybe it could be multi-select, I guess. Is there a singular drop down? I guess this is it.
Yep, that's the one.
This is what got me in trouble before when I put commas after my values.
Oh, right.
Save that. Okay, I think I'm good. Oh, what about a number, a dollar figure?
So that'll be the number field, yeah.
Okay, and that would be okay. All right, I'm done for now.
Okay. And by the way, I'm just looking at our custom object in our Insightly account for some inspiration. Two fields that I think are really great. One, the stage of the escalation. We have something that's new, in progress, contacted, working, abandoned, things like that.
Okay.
That might be something to consider. Another one is called customer frustration level. It's a 1 through 10.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's an excellent one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like someone's dead. You should probably put it on the top of the list.
Okay. All right. So I want to add that one.
So you can just go back to the previous page. Instead of creating an object, we will just drill into escalations. So it's within the system settings. And then we'll go to objects and fields, and then we'll click on the object name escalation. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just click the back button. So it's third from the top.
Okay.
And then we'll go to fields on the left. Perfect. And now you can add your new field. And it's on the top right corner, the red button.
It's probably a drop down.
Yeah. We do 1 through 10. You could do 1 through 5, or you can just have, you know, some descriptors rather than a big numeric. I like numeric because it's going to allow you to sort it. If you did it as a descriptor, it would be sorted alphabetically. Yeah, this is nice. You could do like, you know, 5 dash very angry, 4 dash angry, 3 dash heated, 2 dash not angry, something like that.
I'm leaving the dashes out. What else did you have besides?
You can say like moderate, neutral, and then to maybe not angry. Oh, that's good.
They'll all be 5.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Slightly
Yeah,
angry.
that works.
Moderate, and then 1 not angry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what was the other one you suggested that we liked?
It was the stage of the escalation. So is it new? Are we working on it? Are we going to abandon it?
Oh, this isn't it.
kind of like to categorize where you're at as you're addressing the escalation. So we call it stage, yeah.
Do you think I should give it a percentage? What did you say your drop downs on this
So
category?
We have one called new to show that it has not been addressed yet.
Okay. Is that the first one or the last one?
That's the first one.
Okay, so we have new, in progress, or under review, in progress,
Yep.
or near completion, final.
Sure.
Okay. And final meaning complete.
So we have two options in ours. One is called closed saved. The other one is called closed churned. So saved is like we address the issue, customer is still with us. Churned is we're not able to save them as a customer and they're no longer with us. And it's churned, C-H-U-R.
Oh.
Yeah. Big buzzword. SaaS world.
All right.
Cool. Let's see, what else do we have on ours? Oh, a field for the user responsible. So if you have an escalation manager or a key contact internally that you want to notify, we could work that into some workflow automation.
Okay.
So like for ours, we have a field for the customer success manager since we are the person responsible for handling the escalation. Oh, I saw you got a 400 error. I want to see if that comes up again because we can see what's going on. Are you looking to add a new field?
Yeah, I was going to add another field, so I have to go back to.
You can just go back.
Setting and objects and fields and.
Word from the top.
Okay, escalation and then object field. Okay. Which one were we going to add?
Did you want one for who's responsible for addressing the issue? It would be like an internal user.
Yes, I do.
We could do a lookup field for this one. And then you're able to look up to a user, which is in this top drop down. Second from the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need to distinguish between this person and like a manager or not necessarily?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would like that.
Okay. You can add another lookup, but this time, it could be for a different purpose.
How about don't we have opportunity owner? I guess that's an opportunity, so.
Yeah, you could. There could be the related opportunity if you think this could happen during the sales process.
I think I just want to put someone else's. I think I'm just going to have it be, the owner would be maybe the high-level person that's in charge, and then they're responsible to resolve it could be someone else.
Okay. Just keep in mind that when someone creates an escalation, it's going to default the owner to the person adding it. So, if you intend the owner on being like the manager, so to speak, the owner could be changed.
Okay. All right, I'll just leave it as is for now.
Okay. It's super flexible, so good news is things can be edited, or you can add new ones as you think of additional things you need.
Okay, sounds good.
You want to see it in action?
Yes.
Perfect. So you can just add escalation, the red button, upper right, and then escalation name. It's currently the only field required, but you could, of course, go on your page layouts and totally design this details page. So escalation name, probably just a descriptor. So when you're looking at a list of escalation. Yeah, exactly.
It's 5888, customer frustration level is very angry. Customer reg, so this is just a number that I fill in. Let me just grab one. Date completed. I'm not ready for that yet, so I have to move that. I'll leave that open. Fulfillment plant is Laredo. Oh, I should make this a drop down, probably.
Okay. You won't be able to switch it to drop down, but you can create a brand new field that is a drop down menu.
Okay, I'll just type it in now.
If you delete fulfillment plan, it'll allow you to name the new drop down fulfillment plan.
Okay. And see if I don't think I have the customer.
By the way, if you want to report on the different types of issues that are coming in, that could be a good drop down. So something like issue type that has different categories. The text box is nice for like a full description, but it'd be kind of cool for reporting purposes to see, okay, are issues typically related around deliveries or something else?
Okay.
So we call ours escalation reason, and we bucket it into like 10 different categories. Like, was it support? Is it product related? Cost? What's the deal? Oh, the lost revenue potential, no commas or dollar signs in that one. And remove the comma as well.
I can't have a comma in there?
Yeah, I know. That one's tough to read.
Okay. All right. All right, look, it's looking good. It's filling in.
Yeah, looks really good.
I don't have a customer name, but I can always add that. Okay, I can play around with this and try to load it up and give a sample report then too.
Yeah.
And then help me create a task for this.
So custom objects are simply just a details tab. So they're not going to have an activity tab. So no notes, no files, no emails, no tasks. But if you want to generate tasks, we can do that with workflow automation. So we could, for example, have a field called follow-up date. When the date's filled in, it could create a task automatically through workflow. Or we can say just really when any field is filled out to create a task or email alert.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so we could just go right into the objects and fields so we can create a field for the task. Are you thinking a follow-up, or what are you envisioning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, just follow up.
Okay. Okay, so we'll create a new field. This will be a date field. Okay, and then you can give the field a name like follow-up date, something along those lines. Okay. All right, so you're good to go in the field, but the rest would be done through the workflow automation. Would you like to set up the workflow now?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just go into workflow automation. We will add a new one with the red button in the top right. And then we'll give it a name like escalation follow-up. and the record type will be escalation. You want it to be active, we can keep that checked. And then the bottom, we want the third option, which is check the escalation when it's created, or just check it the first time it meets criteria.
I always get confused on these.
I know, they're not, I don't think they're explained the best. So do you want me to break down each one? You know what they mean?
In writing. Yes, in writing I would like, well, I'll have it on the recording, so go ahead, yeah, sure.
So the top option, and Sightly's only going to look at the record when it's created. So all of the information has to exist right upon creation. So we may not want that option because someone may fill in the follow-up date after the escalation's added. The third option, and Sightly will look at the record when it's created to see if it meets criteria. Let's just say it doesn't meet criteria the moment it's created, because this is information that's going to be edited later. It'll continue to check it until it meets criteria. So when it does meet criteria, and Sightly will fire off the workflow, but it won't look back. So you use the third option when you don't have all the information up front, but you only want the workflow to fire once.
Okay.
The middle one is rarely used because not only does Insightly look for matching criteria when the record's created, it looks at it on every edit. And we're not talking about the edit to the field in question, criteria-wise. It means any edit on the record. So if you're editing a field that's totally unrelated, it considers that an edit. So the middle option, it could actually fire off the workflow repeatedly anytime any field on the record is edited.
Okay. So you suggest this one?
Yeah, because it's going to look at the escalation when it's created. If that information's not filled in the first time it is, it'll fire off the workflow only once.
Okay. So I'll save the workflow.
Yep, we'll save that. And then we can add our criteria. And the criteria is that the follow-up date is filled in. So we'll go to the follow-up field, follow-up date, there at the bottom. And then the operator, we can say, is not empty. This just means it's filled in. There is some type of follow-up date.
Suggestions?
You could do follow-up date is not empty. Perfect. And then you can save that. All right. And then we can create an immediate action, which is the follow-up task itself. Would you like a follow-up task or do you want an email alert?
Would the follow-up task would show in Insightly?
It'll show on the task list, and we can do a reminder for it.
I don't know. What do you suggest?
I think a task is nice because it kind of keeps everything consistent, because typically follow-ups are managed with the task. The email alert is kind of like a backup. So the task name, it could be like escalation follow-up, something like that.
Okay.
You could even create a custom category called escalation. That might be nice.
Okay.
That would be done separately though. Assign to, so this could go to, let's just scroll down. See if we can see like record owner or something. Let's see. Keep scrolling down. Okay, so linked item owner. So this is important. So I know we were talking about the owner might be representing somebody different than the user responsible. So to use this workflow for the follow-up, I guess it's only allowing us to send it to the owner.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Hey, one thing I wanted to check. I saw an employee in this list that's no longer here. Can I just check real quick and make sure?
Yeah, totally.
They've been removed?
Sometimes deleted users, they still pop up.
Yeah, I saw a couple and
Yeah.
I got nervous because they better be out, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. You can totally check.
Check real quick. Okay, he's still in here, but he's disabled, so that should be okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. I need to get him out, and many others. I was told just to disable them, but I need to get them out of there.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm going to shut this down on this side and go back to, sorry for that. Okay. So, all right, so we're back to this, the task workflow automation, the linked item owner, and
so the action schedule date, we can click that drop down there.
okay.
So we could actually have this do the date of the follow-up, which is follow-up date. And then 0 days means it's going to be due on the date of the follow-up.
Okay, so we'll give them 30 days.
So just so you know, so let's just say someone fills in the follow-up date is January 1. The follow-up isn't actually going to be due until February. So the date that someone fills in for the follow-up, that should be the date that the follow-up takes place. So you may want to consider having a 0 here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, okay.
And the good news is even if someone puts a follow-up date in the future, this task is getting created immediately, so they'll see it ahead of time.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Looks good. So just to summarize what's going on here, someone can fill in a follow-up date in that custom field on the escalation record. A task will get created immediately and be due the date that they fill in the follow-up field.
Okay, let's do it for the one that we added. Yeah. Maybe send it. Oh, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, if you log in on a different tab, it'll think you logged out.
All right. So I have to create a new.
No, it's okay. You just edit the reliable delivery one. I don't believe we had a follow-up date in there. Nope, we didn't. Probably at the very bottom. Oh, no, there it is. Perfect. Cool.
And I want to make myself as the person that would get the task.
So it's going to be the owner, and you're the owner for this one, so it'll go to you for sure.
Well, say I create it and I want to make someone else the person that's going to get the task.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's probably what's going to happen. Sales is probably going to be creating these and assigning the task to one or two people.
Shoot, okay, because, trying to think. Well, we could, thinking out loud here of a good way for it to go to the correct person, because if the owner is changing, as soon as we fill in this follow-up date, it's going to go to the person who's the owner at the moment that's saved. Okay. I'm going to check with support. I just want to make sure that giving you the best option, because I understand what you're trying to accomplish, but I'm just not too sure the best way to go about it, given that, it looks at the owner and date at the moment saved. So do you mind if I circle back with you on this one?
No, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we can table that one for now, but just really, main takeaway is we can set up some automation for these escalations, which is nice.
Okay. All right, well, let me play around with this a little bit. Let's take a quick look at the escalation or the workflow, I guess, for the forecast close date that we've been trying to get squared away.
Oh, yes. So we can just go right into the system settings. So the workflow automation, I believe it's live and going. Let's see. So updated forecast close dates, that top one. When I connected with Erin, I believe she mentioned it You've been updated by her? Let's see. Okay, no. Let me open your ticket just to make sure I have the most recent update. Give me just a sec. I do have a hard stop in a couple minutes, so just trying to pull this up. We may have to continue the conversation though. Let's see. Tuesday, she said she updated the workflow. Let's click edit next to that first criteria with a little pencil. Oh, perfect. It is in here. She did update it. Perfect. That looks good. So you should be all set. Have you received the email, or has anyone received the email yet?
I don't know.
Okay. I would check with them because should be all set. I would just ask around just to make sure people got the emails, but everything looks good.
Okay. What's this one related to current state equal to 1?
So basically she added that because she says currently the second criteria that I've added will only remove the reminder if the opportunity is set to 1.
Okay, I guess that was the problem that we were having. They were getting the notice. And,
yeah, exactly.
Okay. And how can I see that this is turned on?
So if you click on the workflow process name, they're at the very top, update forecast close date. The box for active is checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Let me see if people are getting that, and I'll let you drop. And if you would send me the link, I would like to set up a few sessions in your calendar to get caught up here. Yeah,
totally. Is there anything in particular you wanted to cover next, aside from the account review we have next week?
Just a follow-up on this, I think, for right now.
All right. Well, I will be sure to check with my team just to see the best way to go about the follow-up task for escalation. So we'll circle up on that too.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Janet. Well, pleasure as always. Hope you have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.
You too, Darla. Appreciate